the lecture about the purpose of life. It's important to understand why we live. If we can close the door, please. It's important to understand why we live. Our parents, may Allah Azza wa Jal prolong their life and forgive them and give them the highest of ranks in this dunya and the next one, they did an excellent job. But when it comes to certain topics, some of them didn't really pass on essential teachings to their kids. When it comes to the main purpose of life, when it comes to why we live, when it comes to our emotions and how to deal with them, with utter sadness, with happiness, when we feel a void inside, how do we treat ourselves? How do we go about this? What do we do? How do we recognize good friends? How do we keep them? How do we understand ourselves? When it comes to these topics, or even building a marriage, because now our times are different, some of them didn't give these teachings to the new generation, to the youth. How do I deal with myself? They taught us a lot of things, like adab. Okay, if you go to someone's house, take off your shoes. If the older speaks, you listen. If you're at someone's house, don't eat too much sweets. They will think we're not giving you anything to eat at home, right? They will give you the word look and just 1, 2, max. طيب. They taught us a bunch of adab, manners. But when it came to other things, no. شوفوا, let's hypothetically ask someone who's in school right now. Okay? Because we want to know his purpose in life. If we were to ask them, why do you go to school? Why? What's your main mission? They would say, I have to go to school, I have no choice, but I go to school for knowledge and because someday I should go to college or university. So I go to school to learn and to go to college and university. So we ask them, after they are done with school, what do you want to do now? Like now, what's next? They might say university, college, business, work, anything. When we ask them why do you want to do this? They'll say to get money, to make money, because, I need to live, buy a house, buy a car. So when we tell them why do you want all of this? They'll say, no, I want to get married eventually, build a family, have a family. طيب. You will get married. You got married. طيب. What's next? They'll say, no, I want to have kids, children, I want to see them grow up. طيب, perfect. You have a family, you got married, you did all of this. Work, school, money, family, marriage. طيب. What's next? They might say, no, I want to see them grow up, I want to see them get married, I want to see them be happy. طيب. What's next? Now you're 50, 55, 60. We're fast forwarding everyone's life here, yeah? You're 55, 60. But what's next? Some might say, I'll go visit the Ahlul Bayt, Maqamat, whatever. Hajj. طيب. You did all of this. What's next? Why are you living on this planet? Here you have a few options. You might just become the classical, traditional Arab, just watch series all day. That's it. Or you might say, I have other goals, but it's up to you now. Now, every one of us is 65. What's your goal? What did you do? Why did you do what you did? Okay? what's next? You just patiently wait for death, for Azrael to appear and tell you, Yalla, let's go. It's time to leave. What's your purpose in life? What's the end goal? When you're 60, 65, 70, if you reach that age, what's your goal? Because you might die at 35, at 40. Allahu A'lam. Tomorrow might be your last day. We don't know. Unless you have a Shinigami eye and you know when your last day is. Okay? But I think that's not the case. So life is not guaranteed. So what's your goal in life? And the key question here is, why do we actually do what we do? Why do we do what we do? Because every day we choose certain things. The moment you wake up, you choose, am I wearing this hoodie or that hoodie? Am I wearing this hijab or that hijab? This dress or that dress? Then you choose, like, am I going to this restaurant or that restaurant? Am I having this food or that food? Every single day, okay? Even on a bigger scale. Do I want to marry this person or that person? Should I buy this house or that house? Should I live in this country or that country? Every single day. But why do you choose what you choose? Usually I ask this question and I let people think. I just go. I leave for months, for years. And then I expect an answer, and then I tell them, like, do you have an answer? They tell me, what was the question again? They forget. Now, because we're in a lecture, we don't have time to let you guys think. I'll give you the answer. But it's something important because, listen, if I want to elaborate a bit more, if you have your favorite food, you'll have that for the first day, second day, third day. At the end, you'll get sick of that. And you'll think, khalas, I want something else. Even though it's your favorite food. What made you choose something else? Because you like this food. So why did you reach a point where you said, you know what, I want something else now? Why do you wake up and feel like wearing this and not this? Why? There is something happening. There is something telling you, choose this and not that. And the next day, it's the opposite. So what do we actually want? Why do we do what we do? Because many of us don't understand their own actions. Okay? You know these memes, like, am I bored? Am I hungry? Like, I'm not sure. We don't know what we want sometimes. We feel that, I feel like doing something, but at the same time, I don't want to do anything. So we don't understand ourselves. And then some of us get married and expect the other person to understand me. I don't understand myself. It's like the Jackie Chan thing. Who am I? I am you, you are me. Okay? Like, who am I? Anjad, for real. We don't understand ourselves sometimes, and then we expect others to understand us. That's marriage sometimes. طيب, what do I want? Who am I? What am I looking for? And why do I do what I do? The answer, you can agree, you can disagree. But no one is disagreeing here, at least. If somebody's on the stream disagreeing, no problem. The answer is very deep. I will elaborate and I will make sure everyone understands this. The answer is perfection. We do what we do based on what we see as perfection. Once we see something as perfection, we do it. And I will say more than this. Once we see something as perfect, we have to do it. We have no choice but to do it. So everything we do because we recognize perfection. If you don't recognize perfection in a deed, you will not do it. You will not even think of doing it. Okay, focus. Focus with everything I'm going to say, because I know you might have questions at the end. If you don't recognize perfection in something, you will not even think of doing it. For example, eating rotten food. As a healthy, sound human being, you will never think of eating rotten food. Okay? You don't. It doesn't even cross your mind. Just like how no healthy, sound human being would ever think of going out on the street naked. I'm sure none of you thinks that, okay? Because I assume everyone here is healthy and sound. It doesn't even cross your mind. When we say the infallibles don't even think of committing a sin, because they see the reality of that sin. They see that this is something bad, it's fire, it's punishment. So the ma'soom doesn't even think of committing a sin. Just like how me and you, we don't think of eating rotten food. There's no perfection in rotten food. There's no perfection in going out without clothes. There's no perfection. So it doesn't even cross your mind. طيب. So once you see perfection in something, you will have to do it and you don't need any motivation. I have a lot of people come and tell me, you know what, I don't have enough willpower. How can I have stronger willpower? I tell him, no, Habibi. You have all the power you want and need. It's about what you see as perfection. And I can give you a very clear example. If somebody falls in love, when you're in love, you see your beloved as the perfection. When you see them as the perfection, suddenly you have all the power you need. You don't sleep at night. You have the power to talk for 15 hours on the phone. You can chat every second. You forget everything. Your beloved occupies your mind and your heart. That's it. You are ready to do anything. You would drive 2 hours just to give them a cup of water and come back. You have the energy, aslan, you don't feel tired. Why? Because you recognized this person as perfection. I'm not saying it's perfection in reality. We will come to this. But you see her and she sees you as perfection. So you have the power, you have the ability to do things you never thought you could do because you saw her as perfection. You don't need any motivation. It's like this game, you know, these old games where there's something in the back where you have to like flip it and twist it and then it keeps walking on its own. That's us. Like from the day we were born until we die, we have all the energy we need, all the power we need, but we don't need any motivation. Okay, even if you get motivation from somebody, what are they doing when they tell you go to the gym, you'll look good, you'll be this, you'll be that? They are giving you an image of perfection of yourself. Like you will look good. So you see this as perfection, so you actually go to the gym. But it's not a problem of willpower. You have all the power you need. Even if somebody is on his phone all day or watching TV all day, because he's doing that because he sees that as perfection. That's why. If he doesn't see this as perfection, he will never do it. That's why you find some Arab moms in the 60s, they cannot sit. The doctor tells them, يا أخي, حاجة sit, ما تشتغلي بالبيت, don't work in your house, don't do anything. She'll say, I can't sit, I have to do something. Even dads, okay? I have to go, I have to work. He sees sitting down and watching TV all day as something that's not perfection. It doesn't satisfy him or her. So they want to do something constantly because they do what they see as perfection. No one does anything except that they see the action as perfection. This is very important. So everyone, every single one on earth is looking for perfection. Even the Canadian that's drinking alcohol, that's going to the club, that's doing whatever they're doing, they are doing this because they see this as perfection. Okay? Observe. When you're out there, observe people. Not in a creepy way, just observe. Why are they doing this? No one does anything except for them seeing this as perfection. Very, very important. The problem is in defining what's perfection. It's in defining what is actually perfection. And this is why knowledge is so important, because knowledge helps you define perfection. Knowledge is the key to understand things and how you see things. That's why we say don't listen to anyone. Don't watch anything. Be careful, be aware. Because Imam al-Baqir in the narration, I mentioned this before, he says, "Man asgha ila natiqin faqad abada." If you listen to a speaker, then you are worshipping him. If he is delivering on behalf of Allah, you are worshipping Allah. If he is delivering on behalf of shaitan, you are worshipping the shaitan. Why? Because the speaker says things and that affects your perception and your understanding of things. It's like you are giving your brain to that speaker and he's doing a surgery on you to change things in your mind. If he gives you the wrong things in life, you will have wrong priorities, you will see the wrong things as perfection. And your actions will follow because you have no choice. Listen, if you see perfection in something, you have no choice but to follow it. It's not in your hands. Okay? And that's why it's so dangerous. That's why ilm is so important. That's why knowledge is so important. That's why Islam came and told us ilm, tafaqquh, etc. Because that's what guards you. Okay? أنت تحرس المال والعلم يحرسك. Imam Ali tells Kumail, you protect your wealth and knowledge protects you. Why does it protect you? Because it affects your understanding and how you see things, how you understand life, how you set your priorities. Because you will achieve your goals. You will follow your goals. If everything is telling you to sit down, to not be ambitious, to not work, to not strive, you won't. If they're telling you live a lazy lifestyle, just play games all day, you will do that. You will hate it, but you will do that. Because you still see that playing games in that moment brings you more satisfaction than actually doing something else. So some people, because they have wrong knowledge, they see perfection in money. Other people see perfection in desires. Other people see perfection in certain ranks and positions, becoming a president, becoming I don't know what. Okay? So they strive for this. These things, they have no real perfection. They have no real perfection. Because what we want is unlimited, absolute perfection. There is perfection in money, however, it's limited. There is perfection in certain things, it's limited. But the real, ultimate, absolute perfection is only Allah. Which technically means that everyone on earth, every single person on earth, is looking for Allah. The kafir, this Canadian, this white guy, the American, the Russian, the Ukraine, everyone on earth, they are all looking for Allah. In every action they are doing, everyone is looking for Allah. Because everyone, this is our nature, everyone is looking for perfection. And not any type of perfection. We are looking for the absolute, unlimited perfection. If you think about this, this is very, very deep. Everyone is looking for one thing. But some people are lost, others are trying to follow and find that absolute perfection. But everyone wants the same thing. When we say in Islam, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ, in the remembrance of Allah you will find rest and ease and tranquility, because it's truth. In the remembrance of Allah you find this, because He is the absolute unlimited perfection. Because if I asked any one of you, wouldn't you love to have unlimited life, unlimited knowledge, unlimited power, unlimited wealth, and so on and so forth? Would say yes. Allah is all of that. He is the real unlimited perfection. And that's why in the Quran, Allah says, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَنْ لَا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّهِ. And your Lord has decreed that you worship none but Him. He has decreed because this is how He made us. We say, At-Tawheed is in our fitrah. Yearning for Allah, looking for Allah is in our fitrah. That's why when we have a problem, when something happens to us, when you are in a boat, like Imam al-Sadiq says, and that boat breaks down, who do you turn to in that moment when you have no one? He told him, I turn towards Allah, the Creator. If somebody is in a plane, I don't know if you saw these videos, and something happened to the plane, and they were calling out, oh God, Ya Allah, you have it in your nature. It's in you, it's within you. You are looking for Allah in everything you do. In every action you do, you are looking for Allah. When you're eating food, when you're sitting, when anything. In reality, in your subconsciousness, you are looking for Allah. That's what you actually want. Because He is the absolute and real perfection. Everything else is limited. Everything else is limited. Shufu, what happens now is we jump from application to application. We jump from game to game, movie to movie, series to series. Yalla, what's next? What's new? What's new? And every week there's something new. Not only in terms of production, in terms of everything. New sauces, new food, new chips, kilshi. I was shocked when, like back in the day, we had like 4 flavors. Now we have chips alabni, chips aza'atar, chips amanushe, chips hamburger, to keep you distracted and busy. Okay, they bring out everything to keep you busy. Because when you're busy, okay, you don't feel this void inside. Just keep playing, one game after another, one series after another, one movie after another. Be distracted, don't think. Because if they actually let you think, you will see that, what am I doing? What is this life about? Why am I wasting my time? Don't misunderstand me. When I say this, I'm not saying stop doing all of that. That's very important. I'm not saying Allah is the ultimate perfection, which means leave the dunya and stay on your prayer mat and pray. Don't do anything else. No, I'm not saying this. I'm saying be aware that these perfections, okay, are limited perfections. This is not what you actually want. You want the absolute unlimited perfection, which is Allah and only Allah. There you will rest. On your way there, you can enjoy these limited perfections, but know that they are limited. Know that they are limited. This is all what I want. If you think real happiness, absolute happiness lies in money, once you have money, you will be happy. La, you won't be happy. If you think real happiness is in having a house and a family and you can play games all day, no. If you think real happiness is in living in this country or traveling the world, no. This is what I'm telling you. Don't misunderstand me. Once you know Allah is the absolute unlimited perfection, go enjoy these limited perfections. But at least now, you're not lost. You don't feel a void after each time when you're sick of playing your game. You sit down and you think, I need something new in life. No, because then you know this is limited. You enjoy this for a certain time period, that's it. You move on to the next one, but you know it's limited as well. Yani, the difference is you are not lost. That's it. You know this is a limited perfection. You know I can enjoy my time for a few hours a day. That's it. But what's your main mission? What you actually want? It's Allah. So you turn towards Allah. There you find peace and tranquility and ease. It's just a mindset thing. If you think you're running towards something, you are working to have something and that will give you eternal happiness, you will be disappointed. Nothing in this dunya will give you eternal happiness. There's not a stage you will reach where you will say, now I'm good. There's always something. This is how this dunya is designed. So what you actually want is the unlimited, absolute perfection. On your way there, enjoy these limited perfections, but at least you know they are limited. If somebody comes and tells you, yeah, you'll be happy when you have billions, tell him no. There's a quote from somebody who had money. He said, whoever thinks that happiness lies in money, never had money. That's not real happiness. It's good. It's important, but it's limited. It's a means to something else. It's not your goal. It's not what you actually want. طيب. So what do we need to do to realize this, to internalize this? Sometimes it's good to be bored, you know? Sometimes it's good, it's a blessing. Because when you're bored, you might think, if you're busy all the time with 500,000 applications on your phone and 5 trillion notifications, and you follow 5,000 people on X and 5,000 people on Instagram and 5,000 people on Facebook, a kid, you have no time. And you're in 5,000 groups on WhatsApp and games and so on and so forth. There is no time for you to actually sit down and think. Sometimes we just need 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Like, I'm happy with 5 minutes a day where you sit down, no distraction, and you actually think. Because once you think, no one wants you to think. Everyone wants you to be busy. Everyone is selling you their product. Everyone wants you to be occupied. Think. Sit down and think, and you will come to these conclusions. You will realize them. So what you actually want is perfection. What you actually are yearning for, if you feel a void inside, is perfection. That perfection is Allah only. Don't be like the bird who's jumping from one branch to the other, looking. You're not lost. Know your target. On that way to Allah, enjoy these limited perfections. Watch a movie, it's okay. Go play soccer, it's okay. Sit down with family and friends, it's okay. Enjoy a video game for an hour, it's okay. But that's not your life. That's not where real happiness is. That's not it. You are in this dunya, and nothing will satisfy you except for Allah. Nothing will help you be relieved except for Allah. Everything else will go. Everything else is not real perfection. Tamam? That's actually it. That's the idea. That's the main idea. And very important, watch who you listen to, because they will affect your perception of perfection. And that's the problem. Because once you see perfection, like I said, I'm stubborn on this claim. Once you recognize perfection in something, you have no choice but to do it. Your nafs wants it, and it will take you towards that action. So be careful who you listen to, be careful what you watch, be careful what you take as an input, because it will define you, it will define your worldview, it will define your perception. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to grant us the ability and pure hearts to actually recognize Him and only Him as perfection, because everyone on earth actually is looking for Him. But they do not know. They have a wrong definition of perfection, so they are astray. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal to guide us all towards His love and to reach the ultimate perfection. Walhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi at-tahirin.